All right, sorry.
I remember seeing you at Caroline's way back in the day, open for Attell, and I was like, she's funny. It was you and Big J. Okerson. It was a good show. I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, Dave is, I mean, that was like the first, one of the first gigs I ever did was the San Francisco Punchline.
Sure.
And I was the opener.
club.
Zach Galifianakis was the middle, and Dave Attell was the headliner.
Holy shit.
And talk about a week of... It was so, and I was very green and new, and I had no idea what I was doing, and I was doing terribly. And they were so good to me and so nice to me. And I was so broke that Zach Galifianakis. Did I tell you this story when you did my podcast? Zach Galifianakis. He was staying at the Commodore Hotel because that's where they would put us up, or the real acts. You know, when you're an opener, you're not getting put up anywhere. You're making like fucking $50 a night or something. I went to the Improv the other day in LA, and they gave me a check for $1,000, or the Comedy Store. They gave me a check for $1,000 for my set. I'm like, what is this? And they're like, that's how much you get paid now. I'm like, $1,000? I'm like, I got paid $10.
This isn't happening in New York right now.
It's not.
No.
Wow.
I went to the Improv. I made $500, and at the Comedy Store, they gave me a check for $1,000.
That's
cash.
insane.
Cash they handed me.
Cash?
Yeah, I think I turned around and just gave it straight to the waitress because I was like, oh, this is unexpected.
There you go.
Anyway, so we were at the Commodore Hotel, and I couldn't really afford, I was broke, and Zach's like, you can sleep. I was crashing at someone's house, and he goes, you can sleep in my hotel room if you want. I won't do anything. And I was like, Zach's very not threatening, and I was like, okay. So I'd sleep, and then every night I'd get in bed, and he'd sleep, and I'd be like, okay, and he would go, and he'd come and whisper in my ear, and he'd go, I will never rape you.
That's really funny.
That's comedy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Zach was a sweetheart. He's
a
real
cool
sweet.
dude.
That line's all about the delivery, too. You really got to...
Yeah.
deliver it right.
And Zach is Zach is one of the funniest people of all time. I remember when I was at the Montreal Comedy Festival for the first time, and I bombed so badly. I ate shit, and I was like the it girl, and everyone was there to see me, and it was like huge stakes for me, and I was like I was 28 or something. I was so nervous, and I get up, and I ate it, just green, like started doing it really fast and didn't get the response I wanted and just started panicking. And Zach, I got off stage, and everyone in the industry, it was like standing room only. That was my shot. And they were like, this is way too premature. She's not ready.
Yeah.
And I get off stage, and Zach walks me back to my hotel room, and he's like, you're going to want to be alone now.
Oh.
He's like, there's nothing I can do to help you. You're just going to have to sit here and deal with this.
Damn.
And and I was like, okay, thank you for that great advice. And then I ended up going back to LA, and there was one executive that didn't see me perform. Her name was Grace Wu from NBC. She still works at Peacock. And she wanted to see my set, and I did it at Luna Park on a Tuesday night in LA. And crushed it. And I got my first development deal at NBC for my own show. But it was literally 72 hours after like the worst failure of my professional life. Like, and I thought it was over. And I'm like, obviously I can't be a comic. Everyone thinks I suck now.
Right.
And there was one fucking person. And I like to tell that story because it's good for people to know, you never know when something's coming right around the corner. Even in your biggest failures.
Yes, that's rare.
Things
That's crazy.
can happen that you're not expecting.